Welcome to the 3 to Our Way podcast, a weekly 1-hour conversation about sports, television, film, music, and current events. Real live, no sites. Hosted by childhood friends Sherm the Barber, Substantial, and Jay Cash. 3 to Our Way is as humorous as it is informative. We bring our odd perspectives on odd stories to you via YouTube and all podcast platforms. Our weekly show is pre-recorded, but you can catch us live on the first Sunday of every month. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now let's get to it.
Yo, welcome back everybody to your favorite day of the week. Why is it your favorite day of the week? Because you're here with us again, 3 to Our Way podcast. You know who it is, me, Sherm, my man Substantial, my man Jay Cash in the building once again. How y'all doing, fellas?
Straight, man. Good,
man. Good.
See y'all as always.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So before I go too far, I want to go ahead and get this out of the way because I'm real excited about today. Just get my beer out of the way right quick. Found another Black-owned beer company out of Baltimore, Maryland, Joyhound Beer Company. I got an IPA entitled Oba, and it is fantastic. It is not a very hot heavy IPA. It is very smooth. And yeah, it hits real nice, man. Very flavorful, nice and fruity for you. Yeah, go check it out.
You enjoying those mouthfeels?
Yeah, you know, it's not like a stout. It's not as smooth as a stout, but you know, it's still got a nice mouthfeel, you know. Mother thing.
Well, let me see the can again. Is that a panther on the front?
Some kind of animal with an oba, which is the title of kings and emperors of Benin City, well known for its bronze and richly detailed cast metal artwork.
That's a face in the middle.
All right.
But yeah, how were your weekends?
That was good, man. I bartended a party last night. So I'm a little dragging because of that. But it went well. Bunch of 21-year-olds learning how to drink. So yeah, great.
Good shit, Stan.
Yeah, man. Mine was cool, man. I just been working on these different projects, man. Made this new beat that I posted yesterday on IG. Super excited. It's for a song called Driven and Dedicated, or Dedicated and Driven. One of the deciding which way it's gonna go. But basically, Dad. You know what I mean? So it's for this fatherhood project, you know, soundtrack for fatherhood is what the project's called. So yeah, man. Yeah. It's going with the children's book that's coming out in June and stuff. So like, just been working, kicking it with these babies. You know what I'm saying? In the midst.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. So who we got a guest, son. Feeling special today.
Hold on. Let me get my weekend out of the way.
My bad.
Yeah, it was another Kwanzaa 365 weekend for us. We celebrated Kumba today, which is creativity. I know that. Faux show. Yeah. My nieces and son and stepson, they all did little performances and things of that nature. So it was another beautiful day, man. Didn't do much with the bike. Didn't do any bike riding today. But yeah. So like Stan had begun to say, today is a very special day. Very, very special day. We got a guest in the building. A brother who I met through another very good brother of mine. You know him as well, Stan, Black Root.
Yeah, man.
I saw him with a particular garment on one day and was like, yo, that shit is fire. And hollered at him, was like, what is that? He's like, oh, that's my man, Brian at Black Genius Art Show. I'm like, okay, I need to check that out. Immediately went to Facebook. Not Facebook, Instagram. Immediately fell in love with everything I saw. I have so much Black Genius Art Show in this house right now via garment or actual art piece. It's fantastic. It is fucking fantastic. But today we got him here for a very, very special reason. I don't want to get too much into it because I want to let him talk about it. But he has a business venture currently going on right now with a very, very it's dear to my heart. It is very dear to my heart. It is a love of mine. So
Sherm has more bands than a moving company.
Man, it's bad. It's bad, and I just added another pair. Fortunately,
I'm just waiting for the teardrop. That's all. I'm waiting for the teardrop. This Bama's going.
Hey man, I'm excited, bro. I'm so like this dude is such a good dude. Oh, so so how I got introduced to him was he had to deal with my anxiety. First time I ordered from him, it was during Christmas, during COVID, so shit was kind of crazy. I was like bugging out because I'm like, oh my God, am I going to get my order? He brought my order to me.
Wow.
To the crib from B-More. Yeah.
Wow.
This is a special brother here. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you, brother. Well, if you don't already know who he is, which a lot of you probably already do because he's dope. Brother Bryan Robinson of Black Genius Art Show.
What up? What's good? What's good, Bryan?
Clap it up.
Another Robinson in the building.
Yeah, squad. But I put the Robinsons up top where we belong.
Oh, man. Here we go with this bullshit.
So how was your weekend, man?
My weekend was okay, so that's cool. So I went to Deep Creek with the family, man. So we had
Deep Creek. Oh
yeah, I ate a lot of food. And just was able to relax and unwind. So that's how my weekend was. But then I got the news that one of my close friends passed away too. So it's like, it's life, man. So it just shows the joy and just like the hurt of life. So that's how my weekend was, man. Yeah.
Wow, man. Sorry for your loss, brother.
Yeah, on the way back, I got that text. So, I was in the mountains, so I couldn't get the text. So it came in like traveling back. So,
that's a tough way to hear.
Yeah, I know that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Overall, it was great, man.
Yeah, Deep Creek is beautiful, man. Went up there for a retreat a couple years back. Yeah, it's a beautiful area.
And you ain't tell me?
I mean, well, you don't teach these babies. You
teach babies.
Suit up. Get up in these classrooms, bro. Look, you're gonna need a retreat for 5.
I teach them on the basketball court where I can yell at them. You can't.
That's true. But yeah, welcome, brother, man. We appreciate you for being on the show.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, man. Real quick, I wanted to highlight at you. So, like, I noticed that your last name's Robinson. You're from Baltimore, which means the likelihood that we're probably related is, it's. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's happened multiple times since moving back to this area from New York because my father's side of the family is from B-More. So you know what I'm saying? So if I refer to you as cousin until we confirm it, you know what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like this man got like 2/3 of my name, son.
Y'all ain't related, man.
Sherm, we all family.
We all family.
We all distant cousins in here, Sherm. You know
being Sherm related. Cashfield.
Hey, what J. Cole say? If we related it, never mind. I'm gonna fuck up the line. Some shit about reunion, but whatever. I don't remember, man.
Sherm Cashfield.
Sherm Cashfield.
Yeah, man.
You are stupid, man. But brother. Yeah, let us know what you're here for, man. What you got going on that's so first of all, let me just
I like that shirt, man. That's a great color right there.
I'm repping and stepping, man. Man.
The power of image on there.
Yeah. My favorite shirt right now, man.
True story about that shirt, yo. I got a true story. So that shirt, right? My ex, at one point, I was getting into painting, so I tried to paint a heart for her, and she wasn't feeling it at all. Like, why am I painting this thing for her, yo? So there's like, I took that same painting and made it into that fist right there. And that's like my first painting ever, tell you the truth, that I changed from a heart to a fist.
That's dope.
That's dope.
You went from love to, I feel like bust you upside your name. I love you so much, baby. I want.
Yeah. That's why he was all emotional, yo, because a lot of feelings attached to that image, yo.
That's what it is.
all those links.
For the people watching, these just jokes.
Papers off the shirt.
For the people watching, these are jokes. I'm not advocating any violence.
So yeah, what I'm doing right now, right?
Yeah,
so,
let them know what you got going on, man.
Yeah.
Currently, I run a shop. So my showroom is at 1341 Bayard. So there, I've been there for a year since February 22nd. So I've been there for a year, new to it, because I came up doing outside vending, popping up everywhere. Your mother's house, churches, it didn't matter. Outside parks. Then I started doing the app ramps, artscapes. So I was always vending outside. So once I got into the brick and mortar, that was new to me because as an artist show, I can't be nowhere for 6 hours straight and like got to honor your time. Yes, I'm here. So it's like I'm working for myself, but I got to really honor the times just for the people. Mm-hmm. But I've been there for a little over a year now, and I've been in there creating, doing the retail / hybrid art gallery vibe, also educating as well. I'm an educator as well. So throughout the day, I teach pre-K. Then, with the whole COVID, that transitioned to us being online. And then now we're back in the building again. Now working with third grade. And so all this is also going on into the retail shop. So I was able to actually be this full-time entrepreneur while logging in my same showroom. And I also do a lot of after-school art incentives as well, as far as filmmaking, just arts and crafts. It's a creative mixed media. So I do that as well, all inside the showroom. So it's able to serve more than one purpose. And I've been grinding with that, man. I've been just being consistent. And my motto is to create every day. So I've been there doing just that, creating every day, trying to get that whole community aspect into the four walls because I'm not used to, not being outside in the whole festival circuit. So in the process of doing that, I'm in there with another pioneer in the game, John Cash. So I'm in learning the whole retail manufacturing game. I'm just an artist painting pictures. So when I was able to get to that building, man, it just ignited my whole entrepreneurship. Like, yo, I can do this. Oh, so I'm seeing how I can use money to make more money, but also tell a story and have these stories be told when a person comes in and buys some hanging art or they wear it. So my story is like, you can hang the art, wear the art, become the art. And that's been my thing. And I want all my pieces to basically create conversations and things like that. So I've been pushing that gospel for since 2013. That's when I had that painting done in 2013 with the whole art piece. But in 2014, it's like, yo, I'm on to something here. So I'm doing the same things I was doing when I was in middle and high school. These cartoon characters that I was doing in the back of the classroom, I wasn't paying attention. I'm doing these big old eyes, big noses, big teeth, these funny characters. And you think I'm doing geometry, I'm back there doing these cartoon characters. So this has been popping off since middle high school. And like I said, 2014, that became this. I went back to it. I do film as well. So I'm starting to use social media to share images now. And my nickname, Grasshops. Like, yo, Grasshop, I thought you did film. You draw these pictures? I'm like, yeah, I've been drawing since I was a kid. So when I opened up that element of sharing my characters with the social media community, then I started getting this whole feeling like, oh, they like these things, So I just kept doing it and pushing it. And that became this whole regiment. So at one point, the industry was so oversaturated. Everyone had a camera. Everyone had access to the YouTube and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I was in my mother's house using dial-up. So I wasn't even able to get my images out there that fast, man. So it's like I gave up. I really gave up on the whole art as a whole because everyone was doing it. So I put art to a side, man. I just started going to work, paying bills, just being that adult. And I was doing it. So I put my gifts to the side and I just put the art to the side. And then 2013, that painting experience happened. 2014, I branded it as the Black Genius Art Show. I was calling the characters boneheads. That's what they resemble, like some bonehead looking characters. Mm-hmm. So 2014, I branded that as the Black Genius Art Show by basically looking over everything I did, man. Like I wasn't following other people's patterns. I was trying to stay in my own lane, man. I just stopped comparing myself. And when I did that, I was able to focus on the visual piece of art. And that's how the characters came back to me. I started sharing it more. I was able to go outside my four walls, share my art, and staying true to that regiment of creating every day. And with that, my filmmaking picked back up. I started doing more PSAs, public events with people like, oh, you name it, I was filming it. But at the same time, people was new to the whole visual art piece. And that was branded as the Black Genius Art Show because I was able to borrow from other creatives like music, whatever. And use a dance. I was just borrowing from all these creatives, and that became the genius of it. And even right from the Marvin Gaye's to like the Nina Simone's, all that I was blending into my characters, that whole vibe, the music, conversations, all of it was going to that whole brand of the Black Genius Art Show. And then I'm a Black man, so I use that as well. That all my pieces I completed with the black paint. That's my last color I use is the black. So that became also the Black Genius Art Show. And since then it's been moving. It's been taking me place I'm able to use as a tool and everything. And that's part of the journey. And right now I'm journeying to some new things, man. So that's
That's dope, man.
Right now.
So real quick, because you said your nickname is Grasshopper. How did you get that nickname?
How did you get Grasshopper? You know how I got it?
Yeah.
I got the nickname Grasshopper when I was about 17, 18. I graduated from City College. So after high school, I didn't go right to college. I was just perusing the streets trying to hoop, going to basketball courts. I didn't have no kind of jump shot at all. I really didn't. But for some odd reason, I was able
that's saying you're not y'all might be related.
It switched up real fast though. It switched up fast because I was over Northeast Baltimore. A lot of my friends, we were playing basketball in the alley and we heard gunshots. I ran, cleared the whole fence. I literally cleared the whole fence. And then my friend named Cheese, and I ran to another friend's house. And my friend named Cheese, he said, "Yo, you jumped over the fence like a grasshopper." And ever since then, Grasshopper has stuck with me. It was my filmmaking name. I was like directed by Grasshopper Films, PHILMS. All this happened because of that one gunshot in the alley over Northeast Baltimore. Don't get it twisted. Now I have a jump shot. I have one of the meanest mid-range jump shots in East Baltimore. I can go in any neighborhood. I can go to anybody's basketball court. Somebody has seen me jump and say, "Yeah, yo, he can." So I got game. Don't get it twisted.
All right. I like that. That's a real story.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell of a way to get a nickname, man.
Right.
So you got a real like unique way of depicting your characters and like a real interesting approach to your art. Like tell us about some of your influences.
Like I said, it's definitely big on music. A lot of childhood images because like I wanted things as a child. I had the working class family. My father was into construction. He went to work every morning, 6 in the morning. My mother was a cook. She went to work every morning, 6 in the morning, come back home, work, pay bills. So me, being the youngest of 3, my older brother is in his 50s, older sister in her 50s. My older sister, both of them in it. I got 2 sisters, 1 brother, all in their 50s. So I was the little baby that came way too late. So they were out going to military, going to job, building their families. I'm still home with these 2 old people in this house over East Baltimore. So I was just drawing random stuff. I like playing with Legos. So I had friends too, don't get it twisted. But I always liked to create these images of things I wanted. So like, I was young and I wanted the Cocker Spaniel so bad, yo. I was going around drawing Cocker Spaniels, hanging them from the ceilings. I ain't never get no Cocker Spaniel at all, but like I always wanted to create the environments that I wanted to live in. So with that, I was always trying to like mimic comic book characters and stuff like that, and I was not good at drawing comic book characters. So I started to create my own images of these characters that like were my characters. So that whole originality started when I was young. So I was just doing these characters that was real simple, real quick sketches. And like I can do them in like a couple seconds. Like big eyes, big nose, big teeth. Let it go. But so I was able to push these characters out just like random, like almost with no thought at all, just push them out. And like that's what I was doing for years. And it's like when I came back to, I can do these characters like it's nothing. So when I needed some material to paint, I would go back to like, what's the easiest thing I can draw? And I went back to those bonehead characters that was like exaggerated features, but also the stories with these characters that reflect like maybe my uncle or like I had an uncle who lived in the basement at my grandmother's house. So I did a piece called Crazy Uncle Lawrence that lives in the basement. So it's just like my names was like reflections of like things that I grew up with. And yeah, like them right there. Am I supposed to talk right now like a PowerPoint right now? Like, I wasn't ready.
If you look at the positioning of the green hat,
like right here, like this right here is called Ambitions of a Hustler. But the same thing is like they all just stem from like elements of my life or just things I hear. So you might tell me a funny story about something, then a month later I've used that little bit of energy, a little bit of words you said, and mix it with a whole different vibe and create a whole different character. Like I got, we go to the NBA. So when you go to the NBA, for some odd reason, the people that work there act like you taking their money. Like I'm trying to pay these tickets, and you give me an attitude when you take my money. So like just from that, I got a character called Keisha that works at the NBA. So it's like random situations that pop in my head that would just come into like these random characters, and all based off of like just living in Baltimore or no matter where I go, just listen to people talk and really connect with people.
What's that? That's what I was gonna say. So it sounds like your environment is your influence.
Exactly.
So what about do you have any artistic influences?
I like Keith Haring because he used a lot of simplicity in the line work. So I was big on Keith Haring, of course. Yeah, like Basquiat because he just took you on some journeys. You know what I'm saying? But he also operated in the random. So a lot of his content like random ideas. It's not like overthinking. It's like just let it go and whatever came with it is what it was. And also Emory Douglas because like his work stood as a staple in like culture. You know what I'm saying? Like he did the Black Panther look. Like his art was a movement all by itself. And I actually met him not too long ago. So for me to even meet this guy, he came to my spot and we just was talking. I was able to share some art with him and stuff like that. And he was saying, he was just saying like, he used art as a weapon back then. You know what I'm saying? So that was his protest. That was his way to, interact with other Black Panther brothers. So it's like to have that power in your art is what I also put into mine. Yeah. And if I was back then doing that movement, I'm pretty sure I would have been doing a lot of signs, like a lot of signs. Yeah, man. So that's a lot of my influence as far as like other creatives, and like the music has a whole undertone, like different music I hear as well.
Yo, one of the things I noticed in your bio, which was really interesting, it says that you were once labeled as colorblind.
Yeah.
When was this, and are you still considered colorblind?
No, I'm not colorblind. That's what they try to tell me that though, man. So it was an institution that wasn't similar to my colors, and no, because I remember the show. Because like when I was creating these characters, when I was young, I wanted to go to like the School of Arts and Micah. I wanted to go to schools like that. So I did not know about portfolios. I really didn't. I didn't have parents that prepared me for like, you got to gather all your art together and make it colorful and do this. I didn't have that education as far as pitching that project. And a lot of my drawings was just sketches, man. It was like sketches and composition books, like random paper I found, but half of it didn't have any color at all. It was quick sketches. I probably had coloring material around, but I just didn't use it. I'm just drawing these pictures. So when I went to apply for certain schools, I remember, I think my mother and my sister probably took me. We went into this building and sat in some room. And I remember coming to me and they looked over my portfolio, which was probably, I don't know, like one book with some drawings. And they was like, we looked through his book. It's not really a lot of colors, a lot of black and white. And in that same conversation, I heard, he could be colorblind or something. Like, what the? So it's like I was young though, so it's like I'm in there like they're sitting like I know I'm gonna go to school because I can draw. I know I can draw. It was a very poor portfolio, I must say. Like if I was the instructor, like he doesn't have much of anything. Looking back now, but just the fact they said that was really like it stuck with me even till now. And the transition from that is.
Instead of recognizing the art, they were trying to break it down technically into they were breaking it down into some school shit instead of letting it be art.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Like I think it probably was true. Like for them to see that, but for them to say that statement, that wasn't cool. But they didn't direct me to like how to improve it or maybe he should do this, that, and that. So after that, I kind of like it just turned the page and I never even looked back at I gotta get this portfolio together, all these colors. I didn't. I just floated away and kept doing my art. And that was a piece that stuck with me. But the transition from that is that the first gallery show I did, they told me, we want to put your pieces by the window because yours have these bright colors that's going to bring everybody in. So that was like oh, really? So this was like my first. That was my first visual show I did. And I only had a couple pieces. That was early with the Black Genius Art Show. So, and that was when I didn't know how to price my pieces. I was just creating. And that's what I heard. Your pieces are very bright. And now that's what I put into all my art, these bright colors. Go ahead.
So Bryan, you said that earlier you said that your influences and your art had a lot to do with music. So what type of music would you say were
my parents? My parents was old. My mother is 81. So I got Motown going on. Then my brother, I got a little bit of whole the early hip hop, the raw bass and all that from him. Then my sister, she was in the Prince, Purple Rain, and Diamonds and Pearls. So it's like this whole mixture was all that with the Motown. So now I'm in the middle, like, whoa. So it's like I came up with a neo soul. I came on the Bilal's, Erykah Badu's, and all that, but I still had a respect for the old school hip hop. And then I go all the way back to the Dells, man. The Dells is like one of my favorite groups. So I got a little bit of all that mixed in, man, with this new eclectic stuff as well. So all that music like blends into my art, man. Yeah. And I like black exploitation films as well. So I think if my art had a soundtrack, it would definitely be to some black exploitation stuff. Like
that's dope. Now I feel you. I feel blessed coming up in a household where I have heard all of that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then coming up in the golden era of hip hop is like these youngers don't know nothing about. Now I feel old when I say, I don't know nothing about no music. You know what I'm saying? Because
I remember like my brother had one of the big stereos in the basement, and then I would go in and just play his tapes for hours, just A side, B side. I just flip them tapes, play the next one. I was dubbing stuff. I was just for hours, man. And then we had the record player too. So I knew about records and the Moms Mabley and the Eddie Murphy. What was it? Raw, the Goonie Goo Goo Eddie Murphy. So so I was playing this. Goonie Goo Goo. So I was playing records, man, playing with the tapes and the stereo. So
That's what's up, man.
That's dope.
Super
dope, man.
So tell us about also real quick. But you mentioned your film. What type of films you like to work on? Like what direction do you see your film making going?
Well, every black young filmmaker is like, you like Spike Lee, but I like I got that for years. But my first film I did was a love story. It's called Passersby, about a guy and a girl meant to be, but they keep passing each other by. That's that whole R&B neo soul vibe I was coming up on. But I like rural urban films. I'm big on scary movies and apocalyptic films. That's my thing. Yeah. If I was able to do a film, I want to do like an apocalyptic film with a whole twist to it. But I'm inspired in my filmmaking through the Baltimore streets. Like I'm big on alleyways for some odd reason. Like my first film I did, I would just go around the city of Baltimore and pick out all these locations and just find like, this would be a great set. So I'm big on the whole urban feel of films, and I'm not even a big action film, but more so like a day and night film. If that makes sense. I love transitions in film. So with that being said, I like music, like a black exploitation films. I like black exploitation vibes because you got that realness. I like to shoot films that have this realness where you can relate to every character. Like you don't have to be a seasoned actor, but if I was to cast you, you'll have this realness that's like, oh, okay, yeah, he's believable. I can relate. So that's how I like to base a lot of my projects. But like I do short films, documentaries, music videos, as well as like PSAs for different community events and things like that. So I'm all over the place as far as the media production. And I really, really do want to do a film very, very soon.
Okay.
What's up? You and Cash need to keep in contact because Cash is a resident actor in here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I act like I like these dudes every week. Every fucking week. I'm doing a damn good job. I might say so much.
Cold-blooded. Cold as ice, Charlie Murphy. Crazy. Hey, but yeah, man, congrats on opening your art space / showroom, man. One of the things, and it's Genius Juice, is how it's pronounced?
Genius Juice Studios.
Genius Juice Studio.
Yeah, that's the name of my habitat.
That's what's up, man. How challenging has it been trying to maintain a space during a global pandemic, especially considering when you opened your doors?
Well, it came at a weird time because it came once I got into the building. That was like January 2020. So when the pandemic hit, I was just really learning how to operate the brick and mortar environment. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I got retail. Okay, now people got to come to this building. I can't just meet them outside. So when that happened, I was establishing myself. I had it all mapped out. Yeah, they're gonna come in. It's gonna be hybrid. They can see the art gallery. They can see all this stuff. Cool. Oh, the pandemic. It's cool. I'm still gonna go in there and work. So once it hit and it limited people from having that traffic, I really had to just hit the brakes. In the sense, as far as like the whole community outreach, that kind of stopped for me. So I was like, oh man, so now I can't go out and say, come on back to the showroom. Because before I was able to actually say, answer this question. Do you have a spot? No, I said my spot, you can come to my house, come pick up the art. But now that I had a building, I was ready to do that outreach, but I couldn't because now if I went out, people couldn't come back in. Right. So I was able to like go to an empty building. But what happened during this time, I was able to like focus on myself and really start to creating these new pictures. I wasn't painting a lot. I was doing a lot of educating. So I was giving more of my art to the students that I was teaching. So during this time, I was able to go to the studio. Wasn't a lot of people there. So I'm there creating these new images, just different projects, but also working on the retail element. Like how will I set this up? How will this look for the consumer that once it comes in? Because I didn't know how long it was going to last. Right. This was like a whole mental process that, well, it looks nice in here. Yeah, and just trying to figure out those strategic ways to get people in with the whole mask thing and whole capacity. So it was really hard. So my business kind of was like, wow, but it never stopped the art. You know what I'm saying? So art was always there. It was just like the people traffic was like, I see what's going on. So it was scary. It was scary, man. It really was.
I can imagine.
But the fun thing about the whole situation was, as an artist, every summer I was broke. I ain't gonna lie. Like every summer I depended on the outdoor festivals. But for some odd reason, I was able to maintain through COVID. Like I've never been able to save the way I did until COVID hit. So it was like, that's a blessing. Like how am I able to save, but yet I'm doing less for the community? Like I'm not able to go to all these events, but my whole mindset. Go ahead.
Did you have to add anything, any supplementary income type things onto your resume during those times, or were you just able to, just strictly stick with art and education through it all?
It was me personally doing my own individual art I wanted to do for myself. So I was doing that, and I was still doing the school. The school system was still paying us. So that was a blessing too. Right. But it just, I don't know. It was just. I just prayed, man. I prayed and things I just was able to stay like even. Like it was weird. Like I knew I was more so missing the relating with the community and going out and really talking to people. Right. Yeah, the financial piece, it definitely was a hit because I was expecting to come into the building like, oh yeah, everybody gonna come here. Oh, I'm gonna run these classes. I had a whole plan. That plan just was like, nope, not right now.
Right. One thing that was pretty dope that came about as the pandemic went along was a lot of larger companies started making efforts to help smaller businesses out. So that kind of is a good transition into one of the main reasons why we're here. We had Vans did a joint venture, and you still.
I'm here.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Let me. So it's been, like I said, it's dope that things have been, a lot of larger companies been helping out a lot of smaller businesses during the pandemic in a lot of different ways. Actually supporting straight up financially with donations and different kinds of funds. And you got one particular company, Vans, one of my favorite things, which is footwear, has a venture called Foot the Bill. And that is where they pick small businesses and allow them to enter into a competition to do a collaborative shoe with the company. So, Bryan, I'm gonna let you take it away from there, man.
All right, how about that whole versus moment just now? We was trying to get our speakers right. Yeah,
Teddy Riley. He was Teddy Riley at this bit.
I'm like, damn. Can the DJ play right quick?
Oh man.
Yo, look, what's funny is he was creeping through the door that's my brother-in-law. He was creeping through the door for a long time. I'm here, the door creak, right? So I'm trying to block the door like. All right, sure. Yo, yeah. So during the whole COVID thing, man. So the Vans, about the Vans, like I love Vans too, Sherm. So I've been wearing Vans for a long time. It kind of complement my outfits, man. I like the colorful things that go along with my outfits. I can buy like 5 of them at the same time. Real cool. So I love Vans, man. And like you said, they were looking for businesses to support during the whole that were impacted by the COVID-19, man. So I was like, well, this is cool. And like I seen it out there one time, like, oh, that gotta be for me. You know what I'm saying? That has to be for me. But even if we rewind, I did a show maybe about 2 months before this whole Vans opportunity came up. And I kind of put this out in the atmosphere because I like wearing Vans. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna do a show, and then you come with Vans, I'm gonna give you $5 off. So like I was trying to like capture Vans' attention even before I heard about the foot to bill. So I was already putting this out in the atmosphere. And then, like I said, about 2 months later, I'm seeing these things like, oh wow. So you had to basically submit something saying how your business could benefit from partnering with Vans. So I was like, yo, not only I feel like I'm already partnering with them already. Like I have too many pair of Vans in my house. So it's like when that happened, you had to submit a video about your business and how you feel like Vans is the perfect matchup for you. I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this thing. So I had the whole video done up where I'm wearing my Vans. And then I look at Vans as like the Jordan to an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, he's right.
I like that. I like that.
He's right.
I went to this random basketball court. I ain't gonna lie, I could not dunk at this court because the goal was way too high. But
I saw that shot.
That's what they all say.
My whole vision.
It ain't regulation.
It was terrible. So my whole vision was to appear that I was dunking the ball with a pair of Vans on. So I had all these Vans laying on the ground and stuff like that. So that was part of my whole submission tape. But also just keeping it real, man. Let them know, like, of course, my business needs this. And my vision behind this is because I want to actually be able to educate in my building. Also get another building where I can do a whole animation vibe going. So all the proceeds that come in from this Vans partnership, man, it's going to go always towards that because that's my passion and everything. So
you get every penny that comes from the shoe goes to you.
You get the net proceeds, which is awesome too, though.
Okay.
Yeah. You get the net proceeds. So what happened is, so I submitted that, and another backstory. This is cool. So true story. Like a week before, Vans called me up. I'm in the studio. Other friends around the studio, other business people that were all in the studio, patrons. They know I like wearing Vans, so they're going in on me like, oh, they love like those they like sneakerheads, so they love like the high price Jordans, whatever, like $500. Boom, it's nothing. Tennis. Oh, great. I'm wearing Vans all the time. They like, yo, look at you, yo. He wears Vans. He don't wear them. He always wears Vans. Oh, they call me Luther Vandross. That's what they call me. They call me Luther Vandross. Yo, this was a week.
Only Maryland.
Yo, they went all the way in like, yo, and it was a great joke. When somebody has a great joke, I only can do is acknowledge it as a great joke.
And laugh, yep.
And the shoes I had on did like something Luther Vandross would wear. So, so man, they went all the way in on me, man, about the Vans. And then God blessed me with a phone call from California. And they was like, hey, this is Megan from Vans. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. So they hit me up, man, and they partnered with me. And they gave me the opportunity to put my artwork on 1,000 pair of shoes as well. Yeah, Luther Vandross. They going in on the chat. Yeah, so they gave me the opportunity to put my artwork on the shoes, man, and ride out with 1,000 pair for the net proceeds as well as 250 shirts. So that was launched on 420. They gave me the 420. Yeah, I didn't think it. That was a great date, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it launched on 420. I did well, of course, they launched all over the internet. So right now, it's still going on right now. You can go there if you're looking right now about all the Vans you like. Yeah. So you're able to actually take my images and also customize everything on the shoe from the sole, the back.
Hold on, let me stop you. Make sure you use this particular print that you see on the screen now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because some people like, I got my shoe. That is not my art. So it's like some other people were blessed during this process. So that's a good thing. But definitely the shoe, man. It was a blessing to be a part of that. And I put a lot of my, influence on the shoe, man. If we can pull the shoe back up, please, I can break down some things because I have yet to do this like live.
Get it back up here because I was about to show the shirt, but I got you.
Okay. Come on, Brian, with no jump shot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
that's how we go distinguish y'all.
One has a jump shot, one does not. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Well, yeah, man. So, like the whole shoe design, it's a collection of a lot of my different pieces. But I wanted the backdrop to be resemble Baltimore row homes. But I put these little small pieces on there that mean a lot. And I haven't broken that down yet.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you get the other image up, Stan? The one that you just had?
Yeah, I got you. Hold
Hurry
on,
up, yo! Hurry up, yo! You had it up early, yo.
Hey, Brian, I don't own a pair of Vans, but I will buy those. I do like this
Thank you,
shoe.
sir. Thank you. I heard that a lot. Like, I don't buy Vans, but I get them because you got them. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I mean, it's usually not my forte with Vans. My son wears them a lot. You know what I mean? But those I will cop. So yeah, go ahead with your breakdown, man.
Yeah, yo. So I wanted to go with the whole this is the Nina Simone coming there too. So I'm on the old Baltimore vibe with the young, gifted, and black. So the name of the shoe is kind of I want to call Young, Gifted, and Yup. But if you look at it, I got Young, Gifted, and Yup. Yup is already saying you don't even gotta say black. You already know what it is. Young, Gifted, and black. So that's my whole vibe behind it. So you almost can hear the music playing as the as the shoe is there. It's like they got a whole vibe to it, man. And then I mean you don't gotta be in Baltimore, but it's an urban spot in every city. So that's why I respect, man. Because sometimes you go to a city, you go to the most beautiful spot, but you gotta go to the beautiful is the word that Keith Murray thing. Yeah, so you go to the most beautiful part of
Keith Murray said that it is.
Yeah, yo. So I like to go to the inner part of the city, man, and see that real beauty and that heartbeat and that rhythm of that city. So that's why I wanted us to reflect, man, from the half and half. You gotta do with the half and half. You got the finger, the one finger that represents one God. You got dashiki, yo. So it's a whole bunch of like power images here. The dude with a hat. That's a hack because when I grew up, my parents they went to the market. They didn't have a car, but it was an open guy there that was a hack, and he would give you a ride home in like an old Lincoln. So all that's there, man. You gotta you just got like the whole a couple of pieces that really represent my stages of art. Like a character there his name is Marshall. I got that there to like resemble like the pre-K kids that I work with because they like got this really elementary style of drawing. So I kind of add that image there. Got a chicken box in there somewhere. Yeah, you right on time. Yeah, the chicken box is there. We on the same page. Where's the sunny chicken? So you got the chicken box there, man. Of course, you got the roll home the marble steps, man. And then you got you even have a grasshopper there. That's the nickname. You already got that backstory. So you got the grasshopper right there. There's a butterfly there too. I lost my cousin not too long ago, and she loved butterflies, and that's why I was trying to have a piece of her in there as well. Of course, there's a version of me there at the top with the black and white, the afro. That's me now, but the whole shoe embodies the young dreamer. So that's why you see half that young boy's face. That's me when I was 8. So all these images are kind of like I vision them. I went to Morgan, salute B more. Yeah. So I kind of vision them like coming out of the brain, and it's showing that young man's journey to adulthood and the different avenues he may have taken, to paint this beautiful picture. And that's what's all embodied in this shoe. You got squeegee in there somewhere too. So it's like, yeah, that's part of my vision in my shoe, man.
That's fire. That is fire. I like
super
that.
dope, man.
I
also peeped the Orioles colors on the hat and stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Look, they made me change it, man. I actually did the Oreo hat with a backwards. I got this thing where I do this Oreo series where I take the Oreo bird and I flip the hat around backwards, kind of like mine right now. Because my favorite hat is the Orioles hat, the one like on the shoe. So what I did is they told me I had to take the bird off of it, so I just put another version of me on there, colored in. I'm like,
yeah, congrats, man. This is huge, dude. Like, and what's really cool too, man. I just realized as we were prepping for this show that last week we were celebrating, another project that was happening with Be More, and that was what was it called? The documentary that's on Netflix, Dark City Beneath the Beat. So it's dope, man. That we celebrate Be More 2 weeks in a row.
A lot of family in there, man. A lot of my friends in there. Yeah. That was all love right there. It came at a perfect time.
Yeah, likewise. Yeah, man. Shout out to Olu Butterfly, my man Kariz, Marcel up in that joint, Easy Jackson. Yeah, man. All the folks. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, again, congratulations to you. This is huge. I'm in a second, I'm gonna bring the shirt up so they can see some of the other stuff you got available too.
So Brian,
yes.
Stan, you was about to ask something?
No, go ahead, you good.
So after this venture with Vans, what do you want to do next? Like, who would you want to work with?
Everybody.
Like, everybody.
It's like, I mean, if the discernment is right, and I feel the spirit, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm already working on an animation piece right now, man. So I'm already trying to look past the shoe piece and trying to like get the animation ball going. So, man, I mean, like I said, I think art, by itself is a powerful tool, man. So it's like any way I can branch that out to tell a story and change like a whole atmosphere of different environments, man, I'm with that. So yeah, like this animation piece of work was definitely going to do some things. I'm already pitching to Advance right now, and they still trying to run these shoes. I'm like, I got something else for you guys if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's
right. That's how I got be though.
Right.
That's genius. That's black genius for real.
Right.
That's a hustle. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. I'm
working with y'all now, man. So it's like, I'm working right now.
Right.
Yeah.
That energy is right.
So while we're here.
While we're here. I love the work.
Look, I was working with Ford some years ago, and while I was working with them and going through that whole process, I was just like, we doing this work. I was like, so what's up with the car? You know what I'm saying? This is my business. I can do this for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Wrap it, all of that. Boom, boom. What's up? Let me hold that. Nope. But it's like you're as limited. You know what I mean? You're only limited to your own imagination. So it's like, you come up with as many ideas as you can because most people don't even get a seat at the table or have the resources to build their own. So if you were blessed enough to be in that position and you got their ear, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Pitch. Pitch whatever you can. Yeah, man. But here's the shirt. I'm gonna bring that up. All of this stuff is dope, man. Again,
So, Bryan, let me ask you right quick, man. You had a campaign that you were running, I guess, about a month ago, where you had an event where you could just bring some random shit in and get some art thrown on it. Like, is that still a thing, or was that just a one-time only kind of deal?
It's about to be a thing again. So what I wanted to do is, a lot of people have different styles. And they like my art. So I get a lot of people saying, hey, do you have this shirt in the large? And the way I operate with my products, man, I'm sporadic, just like my art. So I might be feeling a certain color and I just throw a whole bunch of pieces of fabric on some shirts and let it sit. I'm like, here you go, that's it. That's art. That's part of that whole canvas piece. So if you get this one, like what you have on right now, I don't even have that in my shop. So it's like, if you get that one shirt, I might not make that thing for a long time. So it's almost like you're being an art collector, even with the whole garment piece. So what happened is I wanted to be more organic. So I had the jacket I have on right now, I had it in my shop. And I wanted this idea where someone gave me the jacket. So, you know what? I'm gonna take the sleeves off the jacket, put some art on the back, and rock it like that. So I would just go into my shop, hang my jacket up. People start coming in trying to pick up my jacket and buy the jacket from me, like trying it on. Oh, yeah, that's my jacket. I had money in my pocket, everything. I don't know. Like, that's my jacket. So people say, well, how can I make that same jacket? So I partnered with a good friend of mine named Tirsa. She does a lot of my seamstress work. She's also an artist. So it's like once we combine our minds together, we build these canvases to create these different pieces. So now people are saying, hey, can you make that same jacket again? Okay, I can do it. So they would go out, buy the camouflage jacket, give me another shirt. I would just mess it up. Here you go. Here's your art. Boom. And they was loving it. So I said, I need something to reach out to the community so they can bring in whatever they got. It can be some old, some piece they don't even rock no more. Bring it in and we pimp it out. It was called Pimp My Garment. So you basically bring in anything from old shorts. Man, people brought in old shorts with stains on them. I'm dead serious. So like we had a whole table laid out, man, with vinyl pieces, different fabric cut out. It was crazy. Different fabric cut out, and getting in there. We had a couple of youth come through as well. They was excited just to see something that they thought was nothing or blank, and just put some art on it and give it a whole new life. So that's part of the whole. Shit is fire. Yeah, man. So like people brought in turtlenecks, of course, camo jackets, the stained shorts.
I was just talking about turtlenecks last week, man. Oh my God.
Turtlenecks, hair and bones with blazer jackets.
Yeah, they brought it.
Dwayne Wade alone. He doing Wade alone, man. He doing his thing.
So that was fun, man. I'm trying to do another one.
So Bryan.
Yep.
Do you see any of you in the youth that you mentor?
Absolutely. It's like that's what's really what'd you say?
I was like, how does that feel?
Man, that's what's keep me in the system and keep me looking so young, I guess. Because like truth be told, I've been in every environment from the high school on down. So I was going to buildings, I was getting cursed out for like the first 5 months. Like, why are you cursing at me? Like, what have I done? Like, if you're a grown black man, you walk into a class and a little boy, can you curse on here? Can I curse?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I do all the
class,
time.
right? Thank you. So I'm in a class, and the little boy had the whole goatee beard. He's like, "Shut up with your pussy ass face." So I'm like, he just said it to me. I'm the grown man here, so I said, "I'm trying to be a man." Like, I bet you won't repeat it again. Once he said it again, I had nothing for him at that point.
Right.
It's like, I'm not
leaned in, like, shut up with your pussy ass face.
Yes. He looked like that when he said it, and I just I bit that bullet. And long story short, they taught me a lot of new dances. By the end of the school year, they loved me. I was the fun Mr. Robinson, so I was cool by the end of the school year. I think that's when I learned the nay dance. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, it turned to be a good story. But yeah, so that's high school setting. Well, that was middle school.
Yeah.
But what I learned is like even working with the
once you realize who was in charge, everything was cool.
I guess. But like once I got to the pre-K, I felt safe. I felt very safe there, and they kept me young, man. So working with the pre-K environment, elementary school environment, it's like I'm able to wear my clothing in the school now. So I'm in there wearing some fun cartoon inspired shirt, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Mr. Robinson, he's an artist. He's an artist." And like they almost speak life into you, and it's so funny because like I'm not going there saying, "Look at me, look at me." So it's like it just become my uniform. It's like it's what makes me feel happy. So when I'm wearing the school and I hear the kids say, "Yeah, Mr. He's an artist. He can do that. He has his." They call it merch. So like he has merch. So yeah. What's that?
I said, "Oh, those millennials."
Yeah, I know, right? So that's the exchange, man. Like I see that a lot. Like I feel that energy. Even when I do the art incentives after school, I can go into a different environment, a whole different school that I've never been to before, and they already got their whole day on them. So by the time I see them, they already done cursed out several teachers for the day. When I walk in schools, they're standing on top of tables. I'm like, what are y'all doing? So I come in there, I'm sitting up probably in the cafeteria or some other teacher's classroom. They run over to me, "Hey, Mr. Brown." I'm like, why was y'all doing that? Don't worry about it. What we gonna do today? So you already get this energy, like they're ready to turn that page, man. So for me to be able to have that tool to inspire and teach, even the kids that some might label as problem kids, something like that, those are like my main students that come in, like they're like my directors or my main editors or my main story writers, because like you got to really trigger that or ignite that imagination in them. Then once you do that, I go in the classroom sometimes and lay on the floor. And just watch them work, and I yell at them. It's like so transparent, man. I had my like my supervisors or the people that gave me the contracts come to the building. They come in and they observe me. They're like, "We don't know how you do this." It's like organized confusion, but it's like but by the end of the term, man, kids are loving it. It's very.
Have you ever done any collaborative projects with any of your classes or students?
Yeah, like that's how we operate as far as the collaborative thing. We go in for our film classes. I have them write the scripts, act in them. They try to edit, but more likely the edit falls on me. So we definitely work as a team. That's why I don't have to do nothing. I go in there and I sit down. Right. I watch them work. I've already like drilled so much in them. I'm so transparent that they take that, and once they know, oh yeah, he's cool and he's teaching us and we're having fun. So once they get that and it's not a battle, everything just flows, man. So we become more of a team, and nobody calls me pussy ass face. So that's how it's gonna work. Yeah.
I might have to write that one down. For real. Shut up with your pussy ass face.
Yeah.
Oh man. Man, hey, have you ever played around like with graffiti at all?
I did kinda. I'm not big with the cans, man. I can't work the cans. A lot of my friends like, yeah, just like it's so simple. You get different nozzles, and I turn the damn knob on and spray myself or something. But I did a mural. I played with one. I think over by Union Square, somewhere off of 83. It was called Two-Headed Monster. So I did. It got a lot of people liked it. It was right by the light rail. So even when you ride light, it's probably still there. When you ride down the light rail, it's a big mural. It's like two guys with white t-shirts on that have the Oreos hat backwards. That's the series I was working on. And I think the other guy, it's like a bigger guy. So yeah, so it's two guys on the wall called a Two-Headed Monster, and it's like yellow. So I have played with graffiti. I want to really do more. I really, really do. I just haven't had the time to find a big wall or just go all the way in. But I've definitely done I played with it, but I haven't done enough. Like I really haven't.
That's what's up, though, man. Yeah, man.
But I will.
Well, look, we only have 5 minutes left. So with this time that we got left, definitely anything that you want to plug, feel free. And to give everyone heads up, for those of you who love the Vans sneaker, also the shirt, all of that stuff, if you're interested in purchasing that and supporting this brother, the link is in the description of this video, so you can absolutely jump on there. And his Instagram is scrolling across the bottom right now. So
hey, tell them about our Patreon too. Plug
oh,
that.
Yeah. And of course, patreon.com. And shout out to our first patron, progress, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? We got our first patron. So if you haven't signed up for Patreon yet, please support by all means. Of course, we do this show because we enjoy doing this. We enjoy each other. Have a good time doing this, but it would be nice, to be able to see a little something to help us upgrade the show, and you get dope merch as part of the deal. So, there's that.
Make sure my face is the first on her shirt too. You make sure.
So anyway, brother, again, if you got anything you want to promote, please feel free, man.
You've already done a great job so far. I just want to thank you all again for giving me the whole platform to bring my brother-in-law in for his cameo.
We live. Is we live?
Man, is you on the interwebs,
man? Man, just continue to support the arts, man. Even if it's not me supporting other artists, man. Keep community first, man. 'Cause I think I built a lot of my own community, whether I know it or not. The Black Genius Art Show. Stay tuned. I got some cool stuff coming, man. Like you said, you can get the bands or just come into the shop, man. 1341 Bayard Street. It's in Baltimore, downtown area. We can just come in and talk. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come in and have a conversation. It's not about coming there and spend that money, because that's your energy, and that conversation can inspire me to create a whole nother element for someone else to take that and carry it elsewhere.
Hey, but you gonna buy something before you leave there. I have never gone to this shop and not left. Because look, sometimes I be going just to check you out. But then you be there, and the conversation, we always get into a conversation fuck. Now, I feel so good. I want to support you.
Right.
Here I go.
Hey, Sherm, I sense a field trip coming along.
Yeah, man.
It's easy to find, man. Please support this brother, man.
Hey, guys, check it. So everybody buying these bands, yo. I think I'm going to have a big old event, man. Once the whole university, all Voltron pieces come together, I think I'm gonna try to have everybody come together with these bands on, man. Do some crazy.
That'd be
so crazy.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. That makes it dope.
Part two. My man said, "I'm back."
Right.
All right. Yeah.
Is it my turn yet?
Oh man.
They ready to talk to me yet?
Right. Hey, fam in the background, man.
What's up, brother-in-law?
Appreciate you, man.
Right. This is his studio, by the way.
I feel
right.
That's what's up, man. We all family.
Appreciate you, brother-in-law, for letting us hold your spot down for a little while.
Yeah, we all related, man. We are all related.
Yes, indeed. But, hey, man, again, man, thank you so much for coming on the show, brother. We're super proud of what you're doing, man.
Sure.
I'm super excited for whenever you do, the joint where people bringing in the clothes, because me and the missus, my wife is actually a fashion designer, so we do the whole upcycling thing all the time, man. So we definitely gonna come through either after a fresh Ross trip or some thrifting. You know what I'm saying? Sherm know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, appreciate you again for coming on the show.
Indeed.
Just real quick, before we go, thank you to everybody for tuning in. If you're not already following this brother on Instagram, please do that. Check out his website as well, theblackgeniusartshow.com. Again, the link is in the description. All the links that we've been mentioning, the website that you saw, some of the art that you saw, all of that is already in the description. Facebook link as well. So make sure you support this brother. Man, support our artists, support Black businesses, do all of that. You get to do all of that at once. So y'all, thank y'all again so much. We'll see y'all next week. We'll keep you posted. I don't know if we have any hot take videos coming up.
We should. We got to wrap up Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, we do got to build on that.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that show.
Yeah, for sure, because that was amazing.
Yeah.
But brother Bryan, thank you again, man, for coming on.
For real. Thank you, Grasshopper, man.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you soon, man.
All right.
All right, brother. You have a good one, man. Peace.
Peace.
All right, everybody. So again, thank you for tuning in. We will see y'all next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Or should I say same black time, same black channel. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, everybody be good. Y'all be safe out here. And peace, fellas. Love y'all, man.
Peace.
Love y'all too.
All right. Peace.